I swear I locked the door. I turned the key, I heard the click, and I saw that thing stay still. But now it's outside my room, just standing there, smiling. I haven't opened the door yet. I don't want to. I think it's waiting for me. If you're watching this, stay with me. You need to hear the whole story. I don't know what's going to happen next, but if it gets me, at least someone will know the truth. Like, share, subscribe. Just in case this is the last thing I ever upload. I never planned to move out here. It just kind of happened. The house was left to me by my uncle. We weren't even that close, honestly. I didn't know much about him. He kept to himself, lived out in the middle of nowhere, and barely spoke to anyone. When the lawyer called about the will, I almost said no. But then I saw the place, this big old two-story house surrounded by trees and silence, and I thought, maybe it's a fresh start. The first few days were fine. Dusty, yeah. Empty, a little sad. But I was settling in, exploring each room, cleaning things up. Then I found the basement. The door was hidden behind a tall cabinet in the hallway. I pulled it open, and there it was, this steep staircase that led into darkness. The air changed the second I stepped down. Heavier, still, and cold, even though it was summer. At the bottom, in the far corner, I found this wooden box. It was old, real old, the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a museum or some creepy attic. It was tied shut with twine, and there was a yellowed piece of paper stuck to the top. It said, "Do not open." Just like that, all caps, no explanation. Of course, I opened it. I wish I hadn't. Inside was a doll, not like a Barbie or a stuffed toy. This thing looked wrong. Its dress was tattered, maybe Victorian. Its hair was matted. And the face, it was too detailed. The skin looked almost real. And the eyes, God, the eyes. They didn't just look at you. They followed you. I laughed it off at first, told myself I was being dramatic, but I should have trusted my gut. Something about that doll wasn't right. At first, I thought it was just the house settling. You know how old places creak and groan at night. But something felt off. The lights would flicker sometimes, only in certain rooms, and things didn't stay where I left them. I'd put my keys on the kitchen counter, come back, and they'd be on the stairs. Or the TV would turn on by itself. Just static, full volume, middle of the night. Still, I kept telling myself it was nothing. Maybe I was just tired. Moving is stressful, right? But then it started getting harder to ignore. I came downstairs one morning and that doll, was sitting on the couch. I know I didn't leave it there. I hadn't even touched it since I opened the box. I thought maybe I'd knocked it over and didn't notice. Or maybe I was just imagining it. I picked it up, shoved it in a drawer, and forgot about it. The next day, it was in the hallway, just sitting there like it was waiting. That's when I stopped brushing it off. I searched the house, every room, every corner, thinking maybe someone was messing with me. But the doors were locked. No signs of a break-in. No one else was here, just me and that thing. Then came the night I woke up to a weight at the end of my bed. I froze. My chest went tight. I turned on my phone light and there it was, the doll, just sitting on the blanket, inches from my feet, staring, smiling. I didn't even think. I grabbed it, ran to the basement, and locked it in. Slammed the door, turned the key, even pushed a chair in front of it like that would matter. For a while, I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. The weird part? It actually got quiet after that. For a few days, nothing happened. No flickering lights, no misplaced things, no sightings. It was almost like I could breathe again. I started convincing myself it was over. Maybe I just imagined the whole thing, scared myself for no reason. Maybe it really was just a doll, and I was being paranoid. Then the noises started. The first time I heard scratching. Soft at first, barely there, like something brushing against the floorboards beneath me. I told myself it was pipes or rats or something normal, something boring. But the sound kept coming back, night after night, same time, always from the basement. Then came the footsteps, slow, careful, not coming from the stairs but up the stairs. I'd be lying in bed and hear them just below me, always stopping at the top step, never going further, never retreating, just standing there. I avoided the basement. I didn't want to look. But one morning I came downstairs and almost dropped my coffee. The doll was on the kitchen counter. I just froze. The basement was locked. I know it was locked. I never opened that door. I didn't even go near it. Still, I went to check. My hands were shaking, heart pounding in my throat. But when I got to the basement door, the key was still in place. The lock hadn't been touched. The chair was still propped against it. Door sealed shut. No sign of it opening. No sign of anything breaking out. That's when I started recording everything. This story, this video, everything you're hearing now is from those recordings. I needed proof, not for anyone else. For me, to remind myself that this was real, that I wasn't going insane, at least not yet. I thought the worst had already happened, but I was wrong. That was just the beginning. One morning I woke up with these bruises on my arm, long, narrow marks, like someone had grabbed me while I slept. I didn't hit anything, didn't fall. They weren't there the night before. I took pictures, tried to rationalize it. Maybe I tossed around in bed. Maybe I bumped into something in my sleep. But deep down, I knew better. Then the symbols started appearing. At first, I didn't even notice them. They were faint, scratched into the walls with something sharp. Curved lines, circles, strange shapes I didn't recognize. I found one behind the door, another under the stairs, and then one right above my bed. That's when I realized this wasn't just about the doll moving. Something else was happening, something I couldn't explain. And the doll, it was getting closer. First it was in the kitchen, then the hallway, then just outside my bedroom door. Every time I moved it, locked it up, threw it outside, it came back. Closer, always closer. That's when I decided to get help. I called a priest, not because I'm religious or anything. I was just desperate. He came to the house, but the second he stepped inside, he stopped cold, looked pale, sweating. He asked me one question. Where did you find it? I took him to the basement door. He didn't go down. He just stood there staring. Then he looked at me and said, "That's not a doll. That's a vessel." I asked what that meant. He just shook his head, said, "You need to leave. Burn the house if you have to, but whatever you do, don't let it into your room." Then he walked out. Never came back. I should have listened. Tonight, something changed. This morning, the doll was gone. I searched the entire house, every room, every drawer, even the basement. Nothing. Not a trace of it. No scratching, no footsteps. Just silence. For the first time in weeks, I thought maybe it was over. Maybe it finally left. I let myself breathe. I made breakfast, opened the windows, even went outside. The air felt lighter. I thought I was free, but that feeling didn't last. Just after midnight, I heard footsteps again. Not downstairs, not in the hallway. Right outside my bedroom door. Slow, measured. One step, pause, another step. I froze. I didn't even want to move. I held my breath and just listened. Then, silence. I reached for my phone. I've got cameras set up now. Every hallway, every room. I opened the app, checked the feed from the upstairs hallway, and that's when I saw it. The doll was walking, not being dragged, not falling or tipping forward like a toy. It was walking, small, stiff steps, just like a child. Moving down the hall, arms at its sides, head tilted up, straight toward my door. I dropped my phone. I don't even know how long I've been sitting here. I pushed the dresser in front of the door, turned off all the lights. I'm sitting in the corner, whispering into this mic like it's going to save me. I haven't looked again. I can't. But I feel it there, just inches away, on the other side of the door. It's not knocking, it's not scratching. It's just standing there, waiting. I don't know what came over me, but something snapped. Maybe it was panic, maybe it was desperation. But I opened the door, and it wasn't there. The hallway was empty. No sound, no sign. Just that awful stillness, like the house was holding its breath. Then I saw it, sitting at the bottom of the stairs again, just waiting, and I lost it. I ran down, grabbed it by the arm, took it outside, dumped it in the fire pit, and lit a match. I watched the flames crawl up its dress. Smoke twisted around it. The heat was real. I could feel it on my face. I thought it was done, that it was finally over. But when the fire burned out, the doll was still there. Not a scratch. Not even soot on its clothes. I threw it into the woods, ran back inside, locked everything, sat in the dark for hours. When I woke up this evening, it was back, sitting in the chair across from my bed. That's when it hit me. It was never about the doll itself. It was the box, the warning, the act of opening it. Something about that moment, me reading the words and ignoring them, that choice was a kind of invitation, a pact. I remembered something too. The first night when I opened it, I thought I heard whispering, barely audible. A voice maybe. I couldn't understand it then. But now I think it said, "Now it belongs to you." I let it in. Not just into my house, into me. And now the door handle is turning. I didn't touch it. It's coming in. I don't know how much longer I have. The lights are flickering again. My phone's at 3%. I keep hearing something behind me, but when I turn, there's nothing. Just shadows that seem to stretch a little longer than they should. I set this video to auto-upload. If you're watching this, it means it made it out. I don't know if I did. Please don't come looking for me. Don't come near this house. Don't try to figure it out. You can't stop it. I think once it chooses someone, it doesn't let go. And if you ever find a wooden box with a note on top that says, "Do not open," don't. Don't be like me. Don't get curious. Curiosity feeds it. I keep thinking back to the beginning, how quiet this place was, how peaceful. I thought it was a fresh start, but this was never my house. It was its, and I let it in. I'm going to leave the mic on. Maybe someone will hear what happens. Maybe it'll be loud. Maybe it'll be nothing at all. Either way, I don't think I'll be here tomorrow. If you're still here, thank you. Don't try to explain it. Don't try to understand it. Just stay away from the house. And whatever you do, don't open the box. Like this video so more people know. Subscribe if you want more stories, but be careful what you believe in.